daily affirmation. Kind of late. Sorry, got wrapped up in work or whatever. But today's reading is coming from John 8:12, and it's talking about how a woman was caught in adultery. In my word, man, I gotta be in this more. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hold myself accountable. But the importance of this passage is it's crazy because it was people, and we all got people who do this stuff every single day. They point the finger, they point the finger, point the finger. They try to point out what we doing wrong, say how we acting, and look at our life, and saying how we walking or whatever the case may be. But they're never turning around and pointing the finger at themselves. They're never trying to look at the mirror and be like, you know what? I got an issue with this. I got an issue with this. Let me fix myself up before I try to point the finger. Because it's so cool to try to point the finger at everybody else and their mama instead of looking in the mirror and say, you know what, Lonnie, you gotta work on. Lonnie, you gotta stop. You gotta stop acting like, it's easy to look at everybody else and they sin, but it's hard to look at me and my sin. So the reading for today, daily affirmations, what I'm saying? That's what we do over here. But I'm gonna go back to 10. It says, and Jesus had lifted himself up and saw none but the woman. The people was, accusing her of adultery, and she was caught. She was. We don't know where the man was at, but that's neither here nor there. Jesus said, woman, where are your accusers? The people talking about her, stuff like that. Has nobody condemned you? She said, nobody, Lord. And Jesus said unto her, neither do I condemn you. Not go and sin no more. Now that's powerful because Jesus was faced with, okay, y'all saying this woman was caught in adultery? Okay. So instead of him being like, okay, making it seem like it was cool because it's not adultery, not, you know what I'm saying? He was like, okay, so y'all bringing this woman to me and making it seem like she just did the most heinous act in the world, you know what I'm saying? Which, again, adultery is pretty bad, but instead of him pinpointing that, he was like, okay, look at your own heart. Look at your own actions. Look at the way you live, the way you are, moving each and every day. And it was older people there, younger people there, and he said, whoever has no sin, cast the first stone. Who do you know? You know what I'm saying? Because we do this all the time. Who do you know that walks around acting as if they don't have no sin in their life? Acting like they're just so perfect. They got everything fixed. Everything, working for them. Don't be like them. Be imperfect. We need Jesus each and every day. That's the daily affirmation for today. We need Jesus each